Oh, hey everybody, Paul here with you. I want to tell you that I had somebody that was going for my jugular vein, and it was a woman, and it was not appreciated, and it was a miracle how I survived, not physically, but in other ways. It was doom, and I mean, right, not on the doorstep, it was right upon me. And I had to move so fast and so quickly. And I did it. I was running on pure adrenaline. And I give myself credit for doing it the right way because I got it done. But it was just like when you don't know if you're doing it right and you got to keep going anyway, that kind of thing. It's awful. And what has happened is about 30 to 35 hours after what I did, I now feel like somebody beat me with a piece of wood or something. I can't sit down in the chair because my muscles are all constricted, and when I try to lower myself down to the chair, I can't hold it, and I flop down. I walked for about an hour and a half today. I didn't do a lot of walking. I probably walked closer to 2 hours, so not too bad. And between my work and walking around out there, so I'm here to bring you the markets and the news. Let's go ahead and get into it. I just wanted to tell you, don't think that I'm doing this for dramatic effect. My muscles are. I feel like when I played football one time, stupidly, when I was around 23 years old, 22 or 23. This group of guys were having a football game, and they said, "Hey, you want to join in?" I said, "Sure." And they were playing tackle football with no equipment, of course, and that's a good one to stay away from. And I played anyway, and I didn't get hurt, but something about it, I didn't get sore when I did it, but like the next day, I couldn't move. That happened also when my buddy Bobby tried to get me to lift weights, and that was equally distressing, except that was more in the abdomen and up here. You can't even move when you do enough, So I wasn't born to lift. Anyways, let's go ahead and run the markets down, okay? Let's do that and get you caught up to date. And forgive my lack of enthusiasm here. Let's check oil prices first since they're coming up. The price dropped like 10, 18 cents in just like a couple hours. I don't know what's going on. Now if that's real, it's 99.48. So it came down. Oil price slide after Trump says U.S.-Iran negotiations in final stages. All right, it fell 5% after Trump's comments 16 hours ago. Let me look and make sure I'm getting the right one because one of them gave me bad. 99.56 is regular crude. All right, so Brent crude, $106. So that's why it's coming down, because I filled up about 4 days ago and I got it for $3.83. And then it jumped up to $4.49 this morning. I don't know what's going on. And I was going to get gas, so I thought it might even go higher. All right, let's continue on, folks. Let's get on with it. I'm glad I waited to buy my perfumes, because upon further investigation, the two that I looked at, which were both Rasasi offerings, iBreeze, and the other one, Entach, I'm going to pass on them. They seem to be clones of Agua di Gio and something else. So the other one in that funny container, Aquamarine, what is that one? I can't remember the name of the maker, but you know what I'm talking about. It's in those Bulgari, so it seems to be kind of copying them. I'll stick with the nice leather fragrance and leave that alone. Okay, we're getting into Bitcoin now. Bitcoin is, sorry folks, 77,624. It's up $150. I got this thing on my neck. It's like a volcano, and I had to lance it because it was like a little volcano, and I had no choice. This thing's been bleeding for 3 days now, but I'll tell you, it's somewhat down now because it was horrendous. It's some kind of insect, because when I'm gonna have to start wearing a towel or something when I cut yards, because I do it with my weed eater, and you can't flick away bugs. So I'm gonna have to wear a towel, just no choice about it, or a t-shirt or something, because it seems to do that all the time. And that went from a very small bite to that. It's ridiculous. All right, let's continue on here. I gotta use my phone. This company phone is just too slow. All right, let's pull the info here. JM Bullion, we'll check out metals, and then we'll find out what is going on here. Okay, Google Lead Services. Looks like it's taking me to the wrong one because I touched the screen again. I've got poor reception in this place, so bear with me. Okay, silver's up 27 cents now, $76.56. Gold is up $6 to $4,557. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on here. We will check the Dow. Sorry, I don't want Dow. Okay, 50,000 exactly. It's up 645 points, up 1.3%. And let's check out the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is, hang on, it's up 1.5%, up 400 points. So market's liking what they see. And now we will go ahead and we will get into the Drudge Report. So, sorry folks, I'm kind of a mess today. I did a yard today and it took me like 3 hours with the weed eater. And it is no fun. So, and fortunately it was overcast because I just can't tear up my arms anymore with the sun. Okay, let's go ahead and check out Drudge Report and see what is happening. I don't know what is going on. The only thing I'm hearing is that Trump says he's in the final stages of negotiation with Iran, which, by the way, is, according to what I saw, shot down 42 of our military flying vehicles. Some of them drones, some of them F-35s, etc., etc. So they didn't break it down. All right, let's see. It may tell us again here. Bye-bye ballroom. Senate Republicans don't have the vote. Let's see here. Most expensive summer, highest prices, President Trump. This is peanuts. He's referring to gasoline, for all of you not in the know. 73% of the people, Americans, rate economy poor. Trump, Netanyahu hold testy call. I think somebody has come out and, like when you're you go up to your friend and your friend is talking to a girl who has a husband and he's a jealous one, and you kind of kick your friend in the foot, and your friend isn't listening, so you have to like kind of rear back and kick with all your might on his heel or whatever. That's kind of like what it is. I think Trump is finally getting the Post-it that they're leaving on his desk because, like I told you, Trump doesn't understand. It's like my stepfather. My ex-stepfather there is long dead. He was a wealthy older Jewish man, and he didn't give a shit if there were 3/4 of a mile of cars in the line. He sent out his shipping supervisor, gave him the keys to his car, and he went and he filled up for 5.5, 6, 7 hours. Came back, clocked out, went home, and had gas. Believe me, they don't understand and they don't care. The real wealthy don't care. It doesn't make any difference to them. So Trump has not been given the message yet, but he's getting it now, finally. $5 a gallon gas prices on the East Coast is going to yield a wipeout for the Republicans in these midterms, and he's going to lose the next election unless it comes down. And so many people are losing their business because you can't survive through these kind of prices, and not everybody can pay more. So you can't just raise your prices without risking it. Okay, let's continue on here. Sorry, folks. Just taking time. Oh, this building has terrible, terrible dynamics to it when it comes to internet. Okay, come on now, please. Can we get back? Okay, here we go. All right. Report, 42 U.S. aircraft shot down by Iran. I read that earlier. Regime threatens to strike beyond Middle East. You know what? If this is going to boomerang, if Trump doesn't get out of this war and stop licking Netanyahu's private parts, you're going to wind up having a boomerang effect. And if Iran does some real serious stuff, you're going to see gas prices are going to go up to $5, $6 a gallon rather quickly because they keep jerking off the market. Now oil's back down under $100. All right, let's continue here. World has 6 months to avoid major food crisis. Wouldn't surprise me any. Because the fertilizer is supposed to be getting short, and or already short, and expensive. And what are you going to do? This just keeps getting worse and worse. RFK Jr. daughter-in-law leaves 2 of her government jobs over Iran war. Okay. Wheat crop could be worse since 1972. Weather, fuel costs pummel farmers, just like what I told you. You can only do so much, and the people don't want to buy your corn or your berries. If you're paying a lot more and you try to pass it on, they may not buy. It's just simple. It's simple. So sometimes they have to eat it. The prices. Bezos praises Trump. For what reason, I don't know. Don's IRS deal could save family $100 million in tax penalties. What else is new? January 6 cop sue to stop slush fund. Goldberg says, I don't know who this is, founding fathers would have gotten rid of the Don a long time ago. Hollywood's new political agenda, save itself. Candidate vows to turn ICE centers into prisons for American Zionists. Very interesting, but not funny. Remember that in Laughing, the little German guy, and there'd be some kind of joke or something, and he would say, very interesting, but not funny. Okay. Mussolini granddaughter wins Italy celeb Big Brother. Boy, she's got a beautiful set of eyes on her, I'll tell you, among other things. She is very pretty indeed. Mussolini, by the way, was the head of Italy, and he came under terrible way to die. They got rid of him. Didn't they hang him? I forget now, but whatever it was, he didn't go easily. And he was a real son of a bitch. I don't know how many of you have read know anything about him, but he was a son of a bitch. I mean, like, he would grant a woman the right to do an interview with him, and then he'd rape her. I mean, literally rape her, like violently. And the woman would just take her things and just walk out. And, like, what could you do? He was a real SOB. And I'm sure that's true. I'm sure that's a true story. Ebola fears surge. Horror pics. A study, 30-second bursts of exercise help reduce panic attacks. How Toxic City Hall was unraveled by very horrible anonymous letter. I think we got one more round to go here, folks. I'm sorry. I know it's hard here going through these nothing burgers. U.S. national debt officially hits $39 trillion, adding $5 billion a day. Of course not. It's all nonsense. Yeah, the $5 billion a day. What are you talking about? The illegal immigrants and the other immigrants that are getting help? They're probably cutting it through at around a quarter of a trillion every couple of few weeks. I'm not kidding you, folks. It's just, you're going to see in time. You just can't take care of people that come here and just take care of everything from A to Z. You just can't do it. I don't care if they're Spanish or Russian or anything else. Battles to shrink Fed's balance sheet begin. Rate hike ahead if inflation stays elevated. Jersey Shore enforcing bag bans. Weekend, teen takeovers mob coastal towns, sparking strict curfews. 3 stabbed on Rhode Island beaches. Insane video shows car explode in huge New York City fireball near Wall Street's Charging Bull. Last call for Schlitz. I guess the Schlitz beer is going to go out. I thought it was already gone. I remember that beer when I was a kid. According to MAG, Carmel, Indiana, best place to live. Study, more than half of what we eat is ultra processed. At least 80% responsibility for ill health in older age down to individual. I don't know what that means. I don't want to click on it because it'll take 20 minutes to get the info. Okay. Ready for liftoff. SpaceX to eclipse every other blockbuster IPO. They're trying to get billions to go to Mars. They'll probably be dead within 3 months, or a month. There's no hospitals in space. Florida bans annual Haitian festival under anti-DEI law. Christmas next? I didn't get it until I looked a little further. Cybertrucks, you see, because I've seen the videos on YouTube, and some imbecile leftist will, and it's usually like a young kid or a nerd, and it could be others too, to be fair. They get the memo when they buy their Tesla that it can back out of a parking lot and go pick you up at the door or whatever, and the inevitable happens, which is it can't think. It can only go by a series of mathematical things, yes or no's, essentially. And what happened? The guy, one of them got pinned in his garage because he thought he could get it to stop within a foot of him or something, and it pinned him. Remember that one? And then this one here, which is now they've made a waiting car. Waiting. Okay? And I didn't get it until I figured it out. Cybertruck does new wade mode in lake. It doesn't end well. They're just like those fucking idiots that do the YouTube videos, oh, my car's going to back itself out at Walmart. And, it winds up almost killing a kid if the mother didn't pull it away and stuff like that. All right, did this take or no? And this is my phone. I'd like to see that. Wouldn't it be refreshing? Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice to watch some fucking imbecile put a Cybertruck into wade mode? It's like, can you believe this? That these people are so fucking stupid. Idiots. Cybertruck driver intentionally drives into lake after thinking it can handle it, and it can't. Folks, I think this is the news for tonight. Let's take a look at this. I couldn't end it on a better note. Let's see if I can make it bigger for you. Yeah. Okay.
Best sales decision? Switching to Pipedrive CRM.
Okay, we have to go through a commercial first.
Intuitive
bunch of fucking geeks.
And automations free up time for me to sell more.
Right.
Stop chasing tasks. Start closing deals.
Got it.
Switch to Pipedrive.
Right. Sure, all the kiddies know about this. Okay, there's the Tesla. Heading out for bluer waters. He could actually get electrocuted in this thing, couldn't he? All right, does he try to come back in, or does he stick with the game plan, or does he go to plan B? He probably fucked his truck, because I don't think that water, once it penetrates the batteries, I don't think the batteries are good anymore. And they become dangerous. They can blow. Let's see if there's any comments on this, because that was the story. All right. Jimmy Jack McDaniels plunged his new Tesla car into Grapevine Lake in North Texas on Monday. The vehicle went down a boat ramp into the water. The Cybertruck quickly failed and took on water before completely being submerged. After managing to escape with his passenger, he told police he intentionally drove the vehicle into the lake to try to use his, quote, wade mode feature. Folks, you can't make this up. You know what I mean? He was arrested and charged with operating a vehicle in a closed section of a park or lake, having no valid boat registration and numerous water safety equipment violations. Yeah, you need a life raft. All right, so like I told you, there's no fool like an old fool. Can you believe this? Jimmy McDaniels told officers he was trying to test the wade feature. Let's see. Bring a fucking paddle next time, dickhead, and a fucking life raft, or a fucking the thing you put around your neck to keep you afloat, lifesaver, or whatever the hell they call it. Fucking retard. Can you believe this, folks? Folks, I am so sore. It feels like somebody beat me with a hammer on my legs, particularly my legs. I will see you tomorrow. 25 minutes of your life gone forever. Subscribe, be nobody, and don't be this guy, okay? Don't drive your fucking dork Cybertruck in wade mode into a boat ramp. And I'm sure it's totaled, because Once you get water on the batteries, they become dangerous. I just want to see if there's any, comments, because I'm sure one of the things they're going to say is the batteries. I'm not embarrassed that I used to own a Tesla, but when people do stupid stuff like that, even though it's in America where it's completely normal, I'm quite pleased. I don't have mine anymore. Donna M says, typical Tesla owner. We're going to have to go through some of these, okay? Let's just do it. Wade mode, quickly followed by sync mode. That made I laugh, misspelled, of course. I'll bet he is a Trump voter too. Don't be so quick on that. Idiocracy come to life. Spadastic says more brains in a box of whatever. Let's look at a couple more. It's nobody's saying anything about the batteries. I know when we get hurricanes here in Florida and those things take water up to the seats and stuff, it poses a serious danger. You can't use the car because those batteries can explode or rupture. And in case you folks don't know, batteries can leak toxic fumes, severely toxic fumes that will kill you in seconds. Anyone with any common sense should have realized electric cars and water don't mix. The cars can be immobilized in a shower of rain or going through a deep puddle. Poor Jimmy, they should have blamed Elon and left him alone. Texas, where you can get arrested for acting like a Texan. My first thought must have happened it must have happened in the state of Florida. I couldn't agree more. Truly, that's a smart commenter right there. Eric Coppola, very good. In what world would you think it would be safe to drive into a lake? With an electric car, by the way, with batteries. Later, have a good day, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.